corner of offices all across America, printers are not just scanning and copying your documents. They're actually storing that sensitive data silently. Modern office printers have hard drives, firmware, and default passwords that may never get changed. Our national investigative team uncovered a massive blind spot in America's cybersecurity for some of these networked devices. Here's national investigative reporter Chris Nakamoto.
Carlos Ruby and his business partner Nate Michel are passionate about printers.
And we found a gap. We found a gap in cybersecurity.
That gap in security has led to vulnerabilities from coast to coast. Earlier this year, we found out about possible printer problems across the country after receiving a confidential audit of several agencies' machines. Our national investigative team found last year, based on a global study of more than 800 IT and security decision makers, only 36% applied firmware updates to printers promptly, leaving the printers without updates vulnerable to hackers.
People don't think that whenever a document is sent to the printer or scanned on the printer that it's stored inside of a drive on that printer.
Without proper network protections and security updates on the printers, cyber criminals can gain access. In 2025, one of the largest data breaches in American history occurred when hackers infiltrated Conduit, a third-party printing and back-office processing company. Nationally, it's reported the number is closer to 25 million people who had their information like social security numbers, addresses, birth dates, and medical information exposed.
A hacker can easily get to a printer through your guest Wi-Fi.
Our national investigative team submitted dozens of public records requests across America for printing contracts and the make and model of the printers they use to state police, sheriff's offices, police departments, local counties, and district attorneys. Only a handful responded, with most of the contracts we reviewed making no mention of firmware updates, malware protection, or any other security measures, leaving that responsibility largely for the public entities leasing or buying the equipment. Michel says managed print services should include these security protocols in contracts.
This was all pervasive in all industries, across all companies, across government, private industry, all of it. It is a serious problem.
Attorney Jared Ambo is representing Michel and Ruby in their quest for the truth as they expose potential vulnerabilities in not just law enforcement, but doctors' offices and schools across America.
Let's just find a solution.
CGIS, a part of the FBI, makes federal mandates, creating even more confusion. The Criminal Justice Information Service provides federal, state, and local agencies with rules to follow on how to protect sensitive criminal justice information, like fingerprints or other criminal records, over their networks. But those familiar with the process say they need more clarity about printers. Longtime Louisiana Sheriff Bobby Weber says the communication from the feds to the state to the local level has been spotty at best.
Especially in law enforcement, where there's a lot of sensitive information, you have to take those concerns very, very seriously.
Across the street, another public official was also concerned about the risk. Mert Smiley is the assessor of one of Louisiana's fastest growing parishes. This year, Smiley replaced all of his office's printers after Michel's company told him his existing machines were vulnerable.
And the best prophylactic for you being attacked by someone is to make sure that you're secure, right?
Our team reached out to Conduit for a comment on the 2025 data breach for this story. A spokesman said the company acted quickly by notifying clients, authorities, and publicly disclosing it. The company added monitoring continues, but so far there is no evidence that any of the data involved has been misused.